He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you.
There are others. I can show you. Please. Please.
Wow, this cinematic is one of the very rare ones that still give me chills after watching it maybe 100 times, I can't count. And I can still barely look at the scene when the armored figure crushes the neck of that poor guy with the sheer strength of his fist. Anyway, we shall talk about that sinister figure later. So we'll begin a single player game, of course. And here is where usually you create your character when you begin. This can be very long because at some point you have to roll your stats. And if you want good stats, you can spend a lot of time rolling. And for this character, I have spent about half an hour rolling stats. I saved him, and now we will import him. So there it is. Awesome portrait, the one I use on my channel. We will play the Berserker, which is a new Baldur's Gate 2 class. It is a warrior with special abilities. You will see it's a bit overpowered for this game, but we will play on insane difficulty, so that will hopefully balance out. And I will have very high wisdom, as you can see, because I plan on eventually dual classing to cleric. And basically we will dual wield hammers, so that's the plan. I will keep this appearance. And as for voices, we get to choose between any of the Baldur's Gate 1 voices.
Death to you all!
This is the one I used for my first character, which was a paladin when I first played this game.
As it should be.
I must rest my eyes. Oh, such a waste of time this is. I am surely close to death.
Although it is not that serious for a paladin, I think you're better suited with the default voice.
To battle!
I will strive to lead responsibly. I must rest for our cause to succeed.
In any case, yeah, Male002 was the voice I chose for Baldur's Gate 2 when I played it the first time.
Let's do this quick and painful. I'll get the job done, whether leader or not.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like me. But I'm playing a very evil, powerful character, so we'll go with this one instead.
No one is more worthy. I need rest if I am to fight. We should not waste time like this.
This is perfect. And my name will be Zekel. It just sounds cool. That's the whole history behind the name.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day. Imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel, he has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, well, welcome to Baldur's Gate. This is the first screen you see, and your first glimpse into the Forgotten Realms. We are in Candlekeep, a fortress, many-towered fortress, and basically it's a temple of knowledge and wisdom inhabited by monks, monks of the deity Ogma, which is the deity of knowledge. And according to the game's intro, this is where I have been raised. Not by my real father, because I don't know who that guy is, but by my foster father, Gorion.
If you wish.
What else do we know? Well, we have watched the introduction movie, which showed a sinister armor figure running after a guy, which looked a bit drunk, or maybe he was just really tired climbing up that tower, and he killed him by crushing his neck and then throwing him down the tower, saying that he would be the last, well, the armored figure, and that this guy would be the first one to go. So there's a mass murderer in armor who appreciates killing people and then throwing them down tall towers, and we have no idea what this has to do with us at this point. I will hide this panel, which isn't really useful. Let's look at what time it is first. It is 7 o'clock in the morning on day 0, and unfortunately I have no journal entry, but as soon as I get one, we will be able to see that
Yes.
the year is 1360 ADR. And there are a number of more or less interesting events that happen in this year, such as the Candlekeep is laid siege to by an army of frost giants, gnolls, and other humanoids, according to the Forgotten Realms Wikia. But the most interesting events that happen in this year are those portrayed in this game, and we will discover them, because at this point we're not supposed to know. So I've been clicking on this sign a few times. This is where we will begin our adventures. The Candlekeep Inn.